Hello, this is the mixed media art inspired by Jim Dine, and in this video I'm going to show you how to build the layers by using some collage technique. So I'm going to use old book, you can also use newspaper or magazine, and rip out the pages, and then you can rip them into small pieces. Rip out all the pieces without using scissors because I want to have some crooked edges and which create little bit interesting effect in my art piece. In this art piece I'm going to use all the recyclable papers to create my collage layers. These brown paper pieces I'm using from the old shopping bag. I'm trying to cover the background by using brown paper and magazine paper, and I will also use corrugated paper in this art piece. I'm just trying to balance the color and the papers, and after that I'm gonna glue it on the paper. So I would suggest you guys to, after creating your collage composition, you should take a picture of your composition, the arrangement of your papers, so you will remember that how you have arranged it in the beginning, so it will help you to glue the pieces together. For gluing these collage pieces, I'm using impasto medium. You can also use any regular glue stick or any regular glue to stick all these pieces on the surface. After having three different types of paper layers on the surface, I'm going to use masking tape. This is also optional. If you don't have masking tape, you can also go for different types of papers only, and try to balance your composition. I'm going to apply white gesso in the middle as my main aim to draw the tool in the center of this composition, and I'm going to choose one of the image which I just showed you in the video. Applying gesso is also one of the optional medium. You can also apply a little bit white acrylic paint. I'm trying to cover the sharp edges of each collage piece so it will blend nicely with the background. I'm drying with the heat gun. If you don't have the heat gun, let it dry naturally. These are the acrylic paints which I'm mixing, and I'm going to use dry brush technique. I'm seeing some of the surfaces are still look very white or empty, just to blend all the collage pieces nicely together with my composition. So I'm trying to cover a little bit edges of each collage piece to blend really well with the background surface. And as you can see that I'm using dry brush technique. In this technique, if you get a lot of paint in your brush, you can wipe it off either in a cloth, a tissue paper, or any extra piece of paper, and then use very less amount of paint. I feel the middle part is a little darker in this page, so I'm just adding white gesso to make it a little lighter, as my aim to draw my focal point in the center of the page. So this is totally option. If your background in the middle is already lighter, you don't have to add any white gesso or white acrylic paint. Now I'm going to select the tool what I'm going to draw in the middle of my art piece. You can sketch your drawing directly on the surface, or you can use the photocopied paper and just black out from the back side, and then you can trace it directly on your final piece and then start shading process. You can see the zoom in view that the drawing lines are very much visible. Now this is the time to darken the outline of my drawing, and then I will start adding the details in my final art piece. To start the shading process, I always try to use lightest tone, and I'm using my pencil sideways. This time I'm using 6B pencil for shading, and if you have the regular pencil, you can also use a regular pencil sideways. Try to use the lightest tone all over the drawn image, and then you can start adding medium tone and the darkest tone. When you are using shading technique, you must go really slow, so you can carefully add darker effect on some of the areas where it's needed, and you can keep the mid-tone also some of the areas, and you can also maintain the highlights as well. If you are very conscious about your shading technique, you can focus carefully. You can keep a finger on the object of the part where you are shading, so you will concentrate properly on the darker areas or lighter areas. I'm applying the shading technique very carefully so I can maintain the mid-tone, darkest tone, lightest tone and the highlights in this art piece. I'm quite happy with my shading technique now. At the end, I will draw the line all around this drawn object just to add a little bit shadow to create 3D effect. I'm adding the shadow diagonally along the drawn line which I drew at the end of the shading part to create some 3D effect. I'm blending the shadow with blending stump. You can also use tissue paper to create a little bit softer effect from dark to light. It looks really well when you blend with blending stump. While you are applying the shading technique, you will definitely get a lot of pencil crumbs on the surface. Instead of rubbing it or cleaning it from your hand, you can just blow it away, so it will look neat and clean. I'm quite happy with the end result, and I hope you enjoyed the whole process of this art piece. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button.